Hey guys, welcome to my podcast. Thank you for coming. Sorry about the delay. I was trying to figure out how to open my Google Hangouts and set this up. So hopefully you can see me. Can you see me? Let me go ahead and check. So, um, thank you for guys for coming. And this is my broadcast for I don't know how long it's been since I had one. So I'm a bit nervous, and as you can see, I'm in a very new place. Welcome to my podcast. Thank you for coming. Sorry about the delay. I was trying to figure out how to open my Google Hangouts and set this up. So hopefully you can see me. Can you see me? Let me go ahead and check. Oh, yay! Finally, it's starting. Anyway, so since the last time I had my broadcast, I pretty much was in the Philippines for 6 months, and I had my CC costume and this costume, and starting on new costumes that I hope that I finish soon, and I will show you guys. So let me go ahead and share this. And start typing everywhere. So I'm sorry about the delay. Um, I'm just trying to figure out how to post this on the page. Alright, just confirming my manager if you guys can actually see me, because apparently my manager side in the Philippines has not seen it yet, so yeah. Alright, posted on my page. Hopefully that follows on Twitter in a bit. Ah, this one makes me really nervous because it's been such a long time, and I'm probably going to stutter a lot, and I know you guys expect a little better than me, but I'll try my best. So basically the topic is costume construction. Sorry, the glasses are getting foggy, so I have to. These are like post World War II glasses, or aviator glasses, that it's a little hard for me to actually keep them the moisture out. So after a time, the moisture sets in. So I have to do this from time to time. So yeah. So this is Hanji Zo from Attack on Titan. And if you haven't heard about the anime or the manga, you probably are not an otaku, or you're an otaku living under a rock or something. But yeah, I like her character because we're both zany and I'm zany too. So yeah. And today's topic is, let's go on to that, is making your costume more travel friendly. Now, when it comes to travel friendly and traveling with your costumes, the problem is most people will make this their costume and pretty much just think that they're going to be just in state when they travel with it, so they can just pack it in their car and that's it. Now, the planning stages of traveling with your costume starts all the way before you make it. Like my Cassiopeia tale, I had my friends in the Philippines on Facebook chats a lot because we pretty much coordinated what the plan is when it comes to traveling with costume. Because when we made Cassiopeia, we are fully aware that from the Philippines is going to travel to Singapore, from Singapore back to the Philippines, and then back to the US. So we're going to deal with a lot of airport security, and we are also going to deal with our airline restrictions when it comes to luggages, or sorry, airline restrictions when it comes to luggages. So yeah. So when we planned that, we really considered how big we can make it, or which part we can pretty much condense. So after my Cassiopeia costume, there's a YouTube link, or I made a YouTube video of that, of how I packed it and unpacked it from one box and then assembled it. So when you're traveling with an airline, you're usually allowed 50 pounds. So if you're going to make something, make it as light as possible. And also, if you can, prepare the box you're going to fit it in, or at least an idea what kind of box you can get for the whole costume when you actually are finished with it. When it came to me, I had custom made the box from a bigger box. I started from a box that was basically 20 by 20 by 20, and then reshaped it. So by aviation standards, your luggage or box should not exceed 62 linear inches. Basically, that's height plus width plus length. So the total of that shouldn't be more than 62 inches. So that's the more challenging part for me. Not really that much, because when we started making the costume, we pre-planned everything. So yeah. We were able to do the airline. We were able to meet our target that the costume should fit airline restriction standards. Now, after my Cassiopeia costume, another costume that was a little more on the less travel-friendly side was my husband's costume, which was Jace, and the original Jace, or the classic Jace. And basically, the Mercury hammer, the weapon of the character from League of Legends, of course, is pretty bulky, because if you tally 62 inches, that's like a feet. Sorry, that's about 5 feet, and that hammer is about, I don't know, more than that. And sorry, just checking on YouTube real quick before I continue on with speaking a lot. So yeah. Anyway, so basically, Clark, my friend who helped me with the Cassiopeia costume, was also the one who made the Jace costume for my husband. And of course, when I asked him, he knows how I work. These costumes will go in a in a plane. So of course we have to meet aviation standards. So he has already planned to chop up the costume into pieces, or have the costume be assembled, or dismantable form, and then be assembled at site. So let me show you what he did. Hopefully those of you who have big props or costume pieces that will have to transport them get some idea how we transport it. Basically, his chest piece was one big piece. The whole of the chest piece was one big piece, and then the gauntlets, or the arm armor, the leg armor, and was all separate pieces, which is not too hard to figure out. And then he has a detachable shoulder armor, and yeah, pretty much that can pretty much be packed, and inserted among each other, because we have parts of his the smaller pieces of his body armor inserted inside the chest armor, which made it possible for us to fit it within 20 size box. And when we did that, we used 2 boxes just for Jay's costume alone, and then another box for me. This is when we went to the League of Legends Championship last year. We had 1 box for me and 1 big luggage. It's just that there are pieces of my costume that didn't fit really, and then we inserted our clothes in between that, and spray paint. We were able to pass Seattle TSA, or it's check-in luggage. The check-in the TSA in Seattle didn't really mind the cans of spray paint in our luggage, but when we were at flying out of LAX, that's when they confiscated our spray paint. So that's one thing you should consider. Some airports wouldn't mind it. Some airports, security or TSA or security personnel will probably not permit you to board or let the paint cans board. We have about 5 or 6 cans because we have different colors to consider. We have red, green, gold, silver, and 2 other colors that I can't remember at the moment. But yeah, we have silver. We have cans of spray paint in our luggage, and the spray paints were confiscated on LAX, but flying out of Seattle was no problem. So let's go on and check out the hammer as to how it was dismantleable. And the hammer itself was like 1 big box by itself, and some pieces of it went to the big luggage that was counted on my luggage side. So yeah, if you can, you will be able to tell in a bit that my costume is not on full gear or full 3D maneuver gear, but as you can see, I have my 3D maneuver right there. So yeah, when this staff was in the Philippines, this part came off, and this part here in the middle also came off, and pretty much you can just pull it out from the PVC pipe, and you can tell there's PVC pipes, a series of PVC pipes inside. And then yeah, so basically we just bought we bought the PVC pipe here in the United States. Clark provided us with one, but it was, by length, I didn't deem it possible to fit it in one of my boxes traveling from the Philippines. And yeah, I just and then when we went to World Championship of League of Legends, we just bought the PVC pipe at the closest Lowe's, I believe, Home Depot, I believe. So, and then we spray painted it at our hotel, or we went outside to the it's like a garden area, and then of course we were decent enough to land what do you call this, newspapers on the ground before my husband spray painted it, and then yeah, and then we attach this part. So this part comes off. That's pretty much easy to fit in a box. This one went into a big luggage because it's like pretty long, as you can see. So yeah, that part slides off the PVC. This is just PVC pipe that was inserted, and then we have the head of the hammer itself, which was this one, or the main body of it, or structure of it. It also slides on, and it's another separate piece, as you can see. It just slides on there. So if you guys are also wondering if I would make your costumes for you, I would be happy to. It's just it's going to cost you a lot, since all the materials are going to come from the Philippines, and depending on where you live, you will also consider that these may be very light to transport or to ship to you. The problem is they're just big and bulky to transport. So the bigger the box, the more expensive your shipping charges will be. So yeah. So there we go. That's the body. And the anvils of the mercury hammer also comes off. So basically, there's, if you can see now, there's a big strip of PVC foam here, and this PVC foam is bought from the Philippines, and compared to the ones that I get at Joann's here or Michael's here, these are really more dense, because they're meant to be used for making shoes and slippers or footwear in general. So yeah. So if I go to the Philippines, I would be stocking up on these things, because it's a little hard to find them here in the US, or at least the ones that are as dense. So yeah. Give me a moment here. It's been a while. And then there's the other side. So, you know, you get the gist. Make sure that your costume comes apart in pieces. That way, you can take it with you. Now, as you can see, this thing is even taller than me. So, it really helped that this thing comes apart in pieces. Okay? I guess I'm just going to land on the other side for you. Now, like I said, making a costume in pieces actually helps. So, this is the 3D maneuver gear that I bought from a maker in the Philippines. He was making like a big batch of them for his cosplay group, and he didn't mind, you know, selling some off since he's making a big lot anyway. So I was able to buy it for like about less than $50. But now he's charging more because he has mastered how to make it. This basically, I think, his second prototype to make it. So basically, this is the back part, and there's a part here that you can slid your belt on, and then through your the straps of your pants. So basically, I have to lace that through the belt through my pants, and this little belt thing that comes with the gear. But yeah, this thing pretty much fits on a medium-sized luggage. And then this part here, I have to the actual gear itself. I have to get a box that actually was a bit on the longer side, but I was able to ship it. When it comes to the sword, of course, I can just take it out, put it on top of the maneuver gear, and the maneuver gear's air tanks comes off too. So basically, if you see it inside the box, at the bottom of the box, it goes like this. So I turn one upside down. From having the air tanks on the side, I take it out and then flip it over. See? And then it fits inside the box, and then I put the rest of it on top. And no more problem about how to transport it on the plane. And that's basically the biggest challenge nowadays, is how you can transport it on the plane with you. So yeah, I guess that's about it for tonight. And I really hope that you learned something about this, about what I have taught you or what I discussed. So in future, if you think that you would need some advice or help with your costumes, you can ask me. Maybe I can figure out how you can chop off parts of your props or your armor, so that you can fit it in a box or something. And I've had people, or I saw like a good friend of mine who packed their costumes in a big LCD monitor box. And yeah, sometimes you will use the biggest box you can find, and sometimes usually electronics, or maybe a box that was used for a big appliance of some sort. Anyway, if you have questions, just type it down on the comment box or something, and on YouTube, on Facebook if you're watching this, and I'll read them. And that's about it for tonight. And I hope you learned. And like I said, I hope you learned something. And don't be shy if you want to ask me something. Just ask away, and I'll come back to you as soon as possible. Thank you very much for watching, and you guys have a good night. And cosplay jitsu. So 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bye. See you guys next time. And hope you guys have a good weekend. And don't forget to greet your moms. Happy Mother's Day. And if you are a mom and you're watching this, Happy Mother's Day to you. And may you have a grand day today. Until next time, I'll have another broadcast next month. Bye.